Welcome to another edition of the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie. It's everything about the outdoors. Take it away, guys.
Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's Hump Day.
Woo-woo! Hump Day!
Hump Day, baby. Welcome to the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. We're midway through the week here. Broadcast live every weekday, Monday through Friday, right here on 99.5. The Good Outdoors with a Z. If you hadn't checked us out already, look us up on Facebook at The Good Outdoors with a Z and also on the internet at thegoodoutdoors.com. If you ever listen to the show and you missed the show early in the morning, you can catch the replay of the show anytime at your convenience on our website by clicking on today's episode. So welcome. Good morning, Darrell. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good.
Got a little rain yesterday.
Oh boy, did we.
Yeah, a lot of rain. We were needing it. I think we're caught up now, though. We're going to need a break from it for just a little bit. Let some of that soak up real good. I noticed that some of the crops, there was water just flooded in the fields. There was a particular dirt road near my house that it was underwater. Matter of fact, a tree had fell on one end of the road, and then the water was over the road on the other end, and the houses in the middle there, they were having a hard time figuring out how to get out of there. Cars weren't getting out of there. I was able to get through there in my truck, of course, because it's higher up off the ground and four-wheel drive and all that. So it was a lot of rain in a short period of time, and we're just kind of in that afternoon thunder shower mode, and I think we'll probably get more of the same today, at least the possibility of it. So we'll be checking in on the weather later. Got a good couple of good things happening this week. We got a gentleman from Southern Habitats coming in tomorrow morning to discuss ways to improve your land for wildlife, by managing your land. And you can check his website out and be prepared for the conversation at southernhabitats.com. That's with an S, Southern Habitats, plural, with a S.com. Check him out. His name's Joe. He'll be in the morning. Then also later on this morning, we're going to have John and Dawson Peak from Southwind Sport and Clays and Quail in here to update us on the latest 4-H shoot. But we're going to take a call right out of the gate. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors. How are you?
Hello.
How's it going?
You don't know who this is.
It's very easy to identify your voice, Animal Girl. How are you?
It's like 4 o'clock in the morning eating peanuts.
Eating boiled peanuts or regular
Boil.
peanuts?
They boil.
Boil, okay. Good deal. Good deal. What's been going on in your life?
Boredom.
Boredom, huh? I hear you.
Hey, I have a question.
What you got?
Can you play that thing again?
We might can tee it up again here in a minute. What you think, Darrell?
Everglades.
Wrong button here.
Wrong button. Here we go.
The video's going, so hold on.
Yeah. Just for you, Animal Girl, coming up here. The Hump Day montage.
Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's Hump Day.
Woo-woo! Hump Day!
Halfway through the week, get over the hump, headed to the weekend.
I love that one. That was the funniest thing. When I first saw it, I could not stop laughing.
Yeah, that's a good one.
My mom, she's like, I was like, Mom, did you see this commercial with the camel? And she's like, what commercial? The one with the camel was like, Hump Day. I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah,
I'm going to do this all day today. I'm just going to do it for no reason.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Huh?
That's a good commercial.
Yeah, I'm just going to do it to somebody. I'm just going to call somebody random. Hey, you know what today is? You know what today is? He's like, if they say Wednesday, I'm like, nope, Hump Day.
Okay.
Just for the heck of it.
Well, good deal. Appreciate you listening this morning, Haley. We'll talk to you in a little while, okay?
Actually, I have some good things to tell you guys.
Okay, what you got? All right, what'd you do?
My brother and my dad, they went fishing the other day and left me.
Yeah.
They caught some good fish. It's out there. I just didn't get a chance to go because I'm stuck in this program during the day.
Yeah.
And I'm stuck in the program during the day, and I won't be able to leave the
Right.
house until after the program.
Oh, I
So
got
they caught like a catfish,
Mm-hmm.
a big catfish.
Where did they go?
I don't know what. What was the question?
Where did they go fishing at? Around Hayhire?
No, it's my brother goes fishing at Hayhire, but my dad and my aunt go somewhere else, like a private pond.
Okay, good deal. Well, maybe you'll get to go. Maybe on the weekend they can take you.
Hopefully, because like they got like cows out there, zebras, an ostrich, and little things are vicious. I was like taking pictures of them, and like they started running towards the car, and I was the first one to let up. I was like, "Hey, you better let up this window. I'm not playing with you. This is not funny." And they really thought it was funny once the animals come towards the car.
Yeah, they'll get in them cars, but well, I appreciate you calling this morning. We're gonna get on to some of our topics, okay?
Bye, Ronnie.
Ronnie's not here, but we'll tell him you said hey.
Aw.
All right.
I thought he was there. Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye. 229-253-0995 is the number to call. And, Haley brought up something there that I thought about, going to a zoo. Yeah, that's a good outdoor activity there. You scoop your kids up and run to a zoo. You go out here to Wild Adventures. You can go to Jacksonville Zoo. The Atlanta Zoo is not too far away. And that's all. It's always good to go watch the animals, and you don't get to see out here in the South Georgia woods, you go see monkeys and tigers and lemurs and different things that you don't get to see. So it's always pretty cool to check that out.
And then also to be able to see some of them out there, they're just relaxing, just chilling. Don't even care that you're there and stuff. Out in the wild, they're not going to stick around.
That's right. It's just an opportunity to observe them without them running for their lives or being scared of you. We were talking about the rain yesterday, and a lot of times this time of year when you're getting deluged by a lot of rain, you run the risk of pond dams bursting and all the fish coming out and people scooping up fish in the ditches. Is something I remember here a couple of months back when we got that lot of rain over a short period of time. A lot of mudfish were getting out into the tail races and the spillways and things of ponds. And this guy he had been dipping up mudfish in the ditch, and he had about 3 5-gallon bucketfuls of about 5-pound mudfish. And he was driving in his golf cart, and they were actually flopping out onto the road while we were driving behind him. He kept having to stop and pick them up, but made me think.
Some easy fishing there.
What's that?
That's some easy fishing.
That's some easy fishing when you dip them out of the ditch. Mudfish ain't real good to eat, though. A lot of people do eat them, and he was actually headed to give them away to somebody. I don't know who, but I'm not a mudfish eating man, that's for sure. Some of the latest outdoor news we get off of a website called theoutdoorwire.com. You can check it out on your computer, but it's probably one of the most up-to-date sites you'll see concerning, gun and outdoor news, boating, fishing, hunting, any kind of outdoor camping, anything related to the outdoors. It'll give you, information. Like one of the articles today is ATK completes Caliber Company acquisition. It's a publicly traded company on the New York Stock Exchange. They announced the completion of the acquisition of Caliber Company, the parent company of Savage Sports Corporation. Savage is one of the world's largest manufacturers of hunting rifles and shotguns, operating under the brand names of Savage Arms, Stevens, and Savage Range Systems. In 2012, Savage's revenues were approximately $200 million. ATK purchased the acquisition with cash on hand and funds available under its existing credit facility. So for more information on that acquisition, you can visit theoutdoorwire.com. Savage, a very, very good rifle. They claim to be the most accurate rifle right out of the box. And I can't disagree with that. I've shot them, and they are fine products there. So, excuse me, I got a little indigestion going on this morning, wearing me out, but. Yeah, small boat owners know the importance of maintaining even weight distribution, particularly on a solo trip. The HandyMate outboard extension handle from Davis Instruments allows a boater to move into a safe central position while still maintaining complete control of the craft. That's one of the newest products that's out right now. You can check that out also on the Outdoor Wire. Operation Dry Water begins on Georgia waterways June 28th through 30th. Could you imagine what Operation Dry Water would be about there, Darrell?
That one's kind of got me scratching my head here.
It's about boating under the influence, being dry. That's right. So, as part of a nationally coordinated effort to reduce the number of accidents and fatalities related to boating under the influence, the Georgia Department of Natural Resources Wildlife Resources Division will participate in Operation Dry Water June 28th through 30th. The mission of Operation Dry Water is also to bring awareness and education to recreational boaters about the dangers of alcohol and drug use on the water. What they're going to do is kind of like when they have roadblocks and checkpoints around here, they're going to be doing the same thing on Georgia's waterways. They're going to,
get on them, start cracking down.
Randomly check.
That's what a lot of people don't understand is when you get out there in that sun, that alcohol does a little different things to you.
Mm-hmm. It sure does. Well, you get dehydrated out there in the sun, and when you're drinking, alcohol, it tends to have a adverse effect on your skills to operate a boat, and you should not drink and drive a boat. So they're this Operation Dry Water is kind of sweeping the nation. They're also doing one in Colorado and other states as part of the nationally coordinated effort. So. Tactical T-shirts giving away Glock T-shirts there. So now through September 18th, visitors to the tacticaltshirts.com website can register for a chance to win a new Glock Generation 4 Model 19 in Desert Tan. No purchase is necessary, and you also can register to win some T-shirts. So check that out at the Glock people's tacticaltshirts.com website. So, pretty cool thing there. We're going to run off here on the Hump Day and take our first break this morning. We're going to come back and we're going to mention again the scallop season starting July 1st. As y'all know, we had a show about that last week. But stay tuned to the Good Outdoors. We're going to be right back, try to get you started and fired off on this Hump Day. We'll be right back in 3 minutes. Here we go again. Every time there's a food plot to be planted, Darrell's nowhere to be found. You see him, Ronnie?
He's probably in the truck eating a dang sandwich.
I'm sitting right here by this tree and they don't even see me.
Man, that Real Tree AP was designed to blend hunters with their surroundings, not hide them when it's time to work.
I'm so hidden the scooters can't even find me.
Okay, Darrell, come on. We got to get this stuff planted.
What's that? Hey, stop it.
Real Tree. It's so real, a coyote might pee on it.
Serves you right, you slacker.
The grill might be in storage, but that's what campfires are for. And the backyard party is on hiatus, but that's because everyone is tailgating. Only the seasons change, tastes don't, and when you've got Bud Light Lime, you don't need summer to have a good time. It's the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. Look for a Bud Light Lime and find your summer state of mind anytime. It's in the lime. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Lime flavored beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
What in the world is that noise?
Sounds like the transmission's about to come out of my truck.
Transmission? Sounds like Alien versus Predator under there. Let's get it to Ronnie at Eagle Auto Repair.
Ronnie, I got a problem.
Problem? It sounded like Superman fighting the Incredible Hulk.
No, it was worse than that.
Come on, man, this is for real. I ain't got the money to be fixing no big problem.
Chill out, dude. You're at Eagle Auto Repair. You know we'll fix it right and as inexpensive as we can. We only use quality parts, and my guys are some of the best trained technicians in town.
Yeah, but can they stop a fight between Godzilla and King Kong? Because I'm betting that's what they're going to find under there.
Eagle Auto Repair.
321 Lakes Boulevard, Lake Park, Georgia.
Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has been serving South Georgia and North Florida for over 3 decades. With 9 locations in the South, Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a full-line distributor for all welding and industrial supplies. The Jones mission is to provide quality products at a competitive price in order to supply the best service available. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has built a reputation for good, honest, old-fashioned service. For a location near you, visit www.joneswelding.com. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a proud supporter of the Good Outdoors.
$5. It's that time of year. People everywhere will be scrambling to find somebody to take care of filing their taxes. Fast Tax and Bookkeeping at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q has a quick turnaround time and the knowledge to prepare your taxes properly, making sure you are getting what's due. With $25 1040 EZ filings, electronic refunds in a flash, military and college student discounts, and fast and friendly service, drop by and see Lisa Griffiths and the gang at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q, or give them a call at 229-253-0181 to schedule an appointment.
So you need a car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Midway Auto Emporium at 4189 Bemis Road, Valdosta, Georgia. Cameron and Melissa Tucker has been serving the Valdosta area for over 7 years now. They are a family-owned and operated local business with hometown values and still believe in handshake deals. With a great selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, with a Carfax report on every one of them, along with bank financing at all credit levels and interest rates as low as 1.85% with approved credit. 4189 Bemis Road, or visit their website at midwayautoemporium.com.
You're listening to The Good Outdoors with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun.
Welcome back to The Good Outdoors here on the Hump Day here in South Georgia, rainy South Georgia the last couple of days. Been going around getting some much-needed rain, thunderstorms in the afternoon. It sure messes up a lot of people when they're getting off of work. They're getting ready to come home and maybe work in their yard or do something outside, and the Mother Nature has gotten in the way, but hopefully this coming July 1st, the clouds will part and it'll be nice and sunny outside, and the Florida's Bay scallop season will get kicked off to a fantastic start. Starts July 1st. It's open until September 24th, and you need to go to your internet and different avenue or outlets to find out where you can do the scalloping at, but I'll try to explain it a little bit here in a second about where you can do it at, but it's open in the Gulf of Mexico, state waters, which are the shore out to 9 nautical miles, from the Pasco-Hernando County line to the west bank of the Mexico Beach Canal in Bay County. Now that's the season there in the Gulf. The bag limit is 2 gallons of whole bay scallops or 1 pint of meat per person per day, with a vessel limit of 10 gallons of whole bay scallops or a half a gallon of meat. Scallops may be collected by hand or with a landing or dip net. Scallops cannot be taken ashore outside of the open area. So in other words, what that means is you can't put your boat down in St. Petersburg and motor up there to the bay scallop area and harvest your scallops and then go back via the waterway back to Tampa. That's illegal. You have to put in and take out in the area. So keep that in mind there. There is no commercial harvest for bay scallops in Florida state and federal waters, so you can't commercially fish them. It's recreational only. The average number of scallops observed during preseason surveys doubled in Homosassa and St. Joseph Bay and increased slightly in Steinhatchee. The St. Mark's average decreased substantially from June 2012, which was most likely due to the effects from Tropical Storm Debbie. Be safe when diving for scallops. Be sure to stay within 300 feet of a properly displayed diver's down flag when scalloping in open water, and within 100 feet of a properly displayed diver's down flag if you're on a river. So if you're out there in the bay, you can get 300 feet away from the flag. If you're in the river, you got to stay within 100 feet. Boat operators traveling within 300 feet of divers down flags in open water or 100 feet in the river inlet must slow down to idle speed, so you can't zip past them. So make sure you can go down there, you know the rules, you know the laws, get down there and have a great time. Be safe. That's the main thing. And once you do your scalloping for the day, once you get done, you can help the FWC scallop researchers by completing an online survey at svy.mk/bay scallops. Harvesters can indicate where they harvest the scallops, how many they collect, and how long it took to harvest them, and that'll help compile data that they'll use to manage the fishery. So make sure you check that out. So enjoy your scalloping season. Get ready. It's coming. And I saw a post on Facebook last night of a scene in a bay somewhere down there where there was, just hundreds of boats. I don't know how the scallops have a chance with that many people. You could actually. It
don't seem like they do.
No, it looked like you actually jumped from one boat to the other. It was so packed. And then the Gag Grouper Recreational Harvest opens in most Gulf waters and it closes in a 4-county region. The Gag Grouper season will open for recreational harvest in most Gulf of Mexico state and waters and all Gulf federal waters July the 1st. So if you a Gag Grouper fisherman, you can go down there and let it rip. But on the same day, the season will actually close in state waters off the coast of Franklin, Wakulla, Jefferson, and Taylor counties. So it's opening in one area, closing in the next. So make sure you make sure you know where you're going there. But the Gag Grouper recreational harvest season in Gulf of Mexico state and federal waters, not including the closings of Franklin, Jefferson, Wakulla, and Taylor and Monroe, will open from July 1st to December 3rd in state waters off Franklin, Wakulla, Jefferson, and Taylor counties. Well, that don't make sense. Oh, okay. Will remain open through December 3rd in state waters. Okay, I got you. Monroe County is also excluded from July 1st through December 3rd season because it is included in the Atlantic rules for Gag Grouper. There are a lot of complicated seasons and bag limits and things like that when it comes to Gag Grouper, so make sure you are up on those laws, because if you try to plead ignorance to a state game and fish or federal game and fish guy, he ain't having it. So make sure you know all those rules and regulations on scalloping, Gag Grouper, any species you're going after. Make sure you know the size limits, the seasons. Make sure you're able to fish for them, and because you don't want to turn a good, exciting trip on the water into a bad day by violating the game law.
Well, they can turn bad real quick. Seems like
they sure can, and it's we can argue about how they manage it, but we can all agree that it has to be managed. So follow the rules. Exotic catfish catch puts the spotlight on illegal aquarium releases. A Lake Michigan angler caught more than he bargained for earlier this month. He reeled in an 8-pound exotic Amazonian catfish, commonly known as a red-tailed catfish. It is illegal in Indiana to release not only aquarium fish but also all other fish into public waters without a fish stocking permit. And these fish can become invasive and take over and overpopulate. The red-tailed catfish was caught at Portage Lakefront Park by Mike Durfee. It's native to South America's Amazon River system and is a popular aquarium fish. The fish would not have survived the cold water of Lake Michigan during Indiana's winter. So he caught it. He's lucky he caught it when he did, because that water gets too cold, for it to survive. It actually freezes over. So in a lot of places there in Lake Michigan. So it
got to be some tough fish living up in them waters.
Sure is. The world record Amazon River catfish weighed over 123 pounds.
That's a catfish.
Yeah, the fish he caught likely was purchased when it was 2 to 4 inches long and raised in an aquarium until it outgrew the aquarium, and that's why they got rid of it, thinking they were doing a good thing by releasing the fish. But again, highly illegal. Can't do that. We're getting ready for the upcoming hunting TV season in third and fourth quarter. It kicks off actually July 1st, Monday. So everybody tune in, to that. It's coming next week. About matter of fact, our show airs July 4th at 7 p.m. on Pursuit Channel. If you've got DirecTV or Dish Network, you can look it up on huntingisgoodtv.com and catch the premiere episode at 7 p.m. right before you go out to watch the fireworks. But a lot of announcements are being made right now of what some of the shows have got, in store for the, for the upcoming seasons and things, and some of the new gear that are coming out. And, of course, Buck Commander, Willie Robertson from the insanely popular Duck Dynasty series, but he actually was doing Buck Commander before that. When Buck Commander's actually come out with a line of hunting packs and expands to offer 6 new pack styles for every type of big game hunting. All of them are designed for silent and durable reliability in the tree stand or on the stalk. The Buck Commander crew, led by Willie Robertson, demands packs that perform in severe conditions. So I'm sure they've got a real good product line there.
Oh, they're getting out there and testing it because they're using it.
They're using it. They don't do anything halfway. Everything he touches turns to gold. So Jesse Duff has joined the Team Weatherby edition of champion pistol shooters. Jesse Duff is a champion. She's in the I don't know if she's in the women's division, but she is a lady. But man, she can absolutely shoot that gun. She's a top-ranked professional, earning numerous national and world champion shooting titles, along with regional and state champion titles in 5 different shooting disciplines. Among those titles are the prestigious National and World Bianchi Cup and the World Speed Shooting Championship. Since 2001, Duff has won more championship titles in state, regional, national, and world competitions than any other.
I'm saying that speed shooting, that's some impressive stuff.
Yep. She's the most highly decorated female shooter. She's an avid hunter and outdoorsman. She's taken trophy whitetails, elk, and hogs, and she co-hosts the popular television series Friends of the NRA on the Outdoor Channel alongside her husband, Matt Duff. Matt used to be involved with Buck Commander as well, with Chipper Jones and Willie Robertson and Luke Bryan, Jason Aldean, and all those guys. So we are looking forward to watching Ms. Duff and her shooting career there. Good. She's a great ambassador to the sport, the NRA too. Alaska governor signs Knife Rights Act. Alaska Governor Sean Parnell has signed House Bill KB 33, Alaska's Knife Rights Act, enacting sweeping reform of Alaska's knife laws and legalizing the possession, transfer, and carrying of automatic knives, and enacting preemption of existing and planned local knife laws. We all get caught up on, our right to keep and bear arms, and we can't forget there's actually, people out there trying to keep us from having to carry a knife or being able to carry a knife. After 2 years of effort, the governor has signed a bill which enacts sweeping reform of it. And the thing about it is it legalizes the possession, transfer, and carrying of automatic knives. That's switchblades, okay? That's what they're calling automatic knives. You can legally carry a switchblade in Alaska now thanks to this law. It goes into effect September 18th. And all of knife rights legislation passed this year has now been signed into law. So Alaska is taking care of their citizens and making sure they have the right to bear arms and carry knives. So way to go, Alaska. We'll check back with some of the latest local and state and national outdoor news and opportunities here in just a few minutes on 99.5 Kicks Country.
The grill might be in storage, but that's what campfires are for. And the backyard party is on hiatus, but that's because everyone is tailgating. Only the seasons change, tastes don't. And when you've got Bud Light Lime, you don't need summer to have a good time. It's the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. Look for a Bud Light Lime and find your summer state of mind anytime. It's in the lime. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Lime flavored beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Val Optics on Patterson Street in Valdosta, Georgia has been providing 1-hour service for 25 years. From eyeglass repair to eye exams conducted by one of 2 on-site optometrists, Val Optics is there for all of your eyesight concerns. There is no need for an appointment and most insurances are accepted. Val Optics also accepts outside prescriptions. So if you need eyeglass repair or an eye exam, stop by Val Optics at 601 North Patterson Street, Valdosta, Georgia. 25 years in business says it all. Service. It's a very simple word, but you'd think it's French. At Deep South Sanitation, our service will never be questioned. We are there when we say we'll be there. If there's a couple extra bags by the can, we pick it up. Deep South Sanitation don't care if the lid won't close. All the more reason to dump it. If you're elderly or disabled, the Deep South Sanitation team will get your can, dump it, and put it back. If trash blew out, we don't leave it, we pick it up. Keep the money you pay for sanitation services local by supporting Deep South Sanitation, a locally owned business. Call Carrie Scarborough today at Deep South Sanitation, 229-559-0200.
Hey, this is Judd with T3 Outdoors. T3 Outdoors is Valdosta's newest Blue Buffalo dog feed dealer. We also carry 50-pound, 13% sweet feed for $8.99. But hey, feed isn't all we do at T3 Outdoors. We have one of the best selections of guns in town at some of the best prices. We buy, sell, trade, and consign guns daily. Last but not least, archery season will be here before you know it. We are Valdosta's exclusive Hoyt and Bowtech dealer with 2013 packages starting under $650. Please visit us at T3Outdoors.com to learn more today.
Hello, everyone. Dim the lights. Let's do this. Let's get to it. Let's go.
Introducing the winner of Austin's Idol and receiving a $1,000 Austin's gift card, Mr. Steve Seller.
a steak, a salad or fish plate, maybe drink a beer with a friend. Come in as you are, it ain't just a bar at the SEC. The good times never end, a basket full of peanuts, and the best part is, it's an addiction you never have to quit. If you need a break, come along with me to Austin's Cattle Company. Oh yeah, to Austin's Cattle Company.
Austin's would like to thank everyone that participated in the contest and helping Austin's to remain an addiction you never have to quit. Congratulations to our winner and thank you from Austin's Cattle Company.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie.
Welcome back to the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. We've been talking about the latest in outdoor happenings, and we have another not-so-good outdoor activity to report on this morning. You know, you got to be careful when you're out there in the woods, especially if it's in a place that you're not familiar with. And even if you're familiar with it, you know, if you get into a big swamp, get twisted around, you know, it's easy to become lost. But in Flagler County, wildlife officials rescued a man Monday from a dense, swampy area in Flagler County. Gus Baker, 55 years old, had gone out at the Turkey Island Hunting Club, but he never came back. Crews began searching last Thursday without much luck. Then on Sunday night, okay, he was, listen to this now, he was stuck in a swamp for 4 days. 4 days.
Ugh.
They began searching late Thursday night without much luck. Then on Sunday night, Florida Fish and Wildlife and Flagler County deputies went out again through the thick vines, bushes, and trees of the swamp. Volusia County Sheriff's Office also sent out a helicopter which helped locate Baker from the air. They eventually found Baker sitting and shivering on a stump in knee-deep water, but had trouble getting him out. Seminole County Sheriff's Office joined the rescue using its rescue helicopter to hoist Baker from the swamp. So he was probably in pretty bad shape. He was suffering from hypothermia symptoms, but he is, thank God, expected to make a full recovery. So people, when you're out there, I mean, it can happen. I actually, years and years ago, me, Dad, I think Darrell, and our uncle, Dwayne, we were in our hunting club. We'd been in the hunting club probably 6 or 7 years. Knew it like the back of our hand, but we actually, all four, went down into this swampy area, and it was kind of like the blind following the blind. We were following, and, you know, we just kind of was exploring around, and one thought the other was, you know, keeping up with where we were at, and pretty soon we got turned around. And, you know, it wasn't a bad situation. We didn't panic, but we had to make a decision on how to get out of there. So we knew it wasn't but so big, and we made the decision, look, we're just going to go this way. And we walked, and where we came out was, we couldn't believe where we came out at. We came out way on the other side of where we thought we would be. I mean, a couple of miles from where we should have been. And we had to, of course, take another route to get back where we were, but it was a very odd, weird feeling, and we were only probably disoriented. I wouldn't say we were lost, actually, because, I mean, we knew where we were at. We just didn't know quite where we were at.
Yes, just temporarily misplaced is what I call it.
Yeah, we were just a little bit misguided there, but we come out, and that was probably about a hour and a half long ordeal there total. Wasn't very bad, but I can't imagine being stuck, disoriented in knee-deep water with nothing for 4 days. I mean, I'm sure he didn't have no water on him. If he did, he didn't have much, you know, so he got himself in a pretty good jam there.
Yeah, and all the creatures that are out there that night.
Oh, yeah, mosquitoes. Golly, I can't imagine what the man went through. So the good news is it turned out to where he, you know, is going to be okay, and that's the main thing. So good night. I bet his family was, you know, afraid, but just the joy of that he felt when he got found, and then the joy that his family, you know, felt, you know, when they found him. So that was a bad situation. It turned out good. So y'all be careful when you're out there in the woods. Make sure you know what you're doing. Don't take any unnecessary chances. And really, another thing, you don't go by yourself. You know, two's better than one. But good news there. It turned out good. So another thing happened here in up in a town called Saltville. Hundreds of geese are I don't know what they're going to do with them, but they fixed to be rounded up and run out of town, evidently. Saltville, Virginia, geese and ducks are getting out of control. Officials said the exploding population is a growing problem to residents and visitors, and soon they'll be rounded up and shipped out of town. A flock of geese and ducks lingering around Saltville can be a lovely picture. They're beautiful when they're flying and when they're on the ground, but it's their numbers that are causing the problem. Taylor told us that there are at least 500 Canadian geese and ducks roaming the small town and making their mark.
Well, I bet they're leaving a mark behind when it gets going.
They leave their love all over the place, and they can be messy, Taylor laughed and said. We found out they can also be in the way of the entrance, be in the way to the entrance of the town. As you're going through the area, they'll get in the road, and you just literally can't get through. They'll sit there and loiter in the road, and you can honk and blow, and they don't get in a hurry. I don't know if you've been around them too much.
I guess they don't know how to use a gas pedal.
No, they do not. But they just don't, and they terrorize gardens up there. They are digging holes in people's gardens.
They must be protected or something. Because why doesn't someone just run them over, kick them around?
Well, there's a season. There's a goose season in most places, and you can't kill them outside of that season. So
if they run underneath my car,
I don't know. But they've had dogs, running them. They've had folks with blanks and shotgun shooting, just trying anything to get rid of them, but they always come back in a day or two. So they're having to actually round them up and get them out of Dodge, man.
Seems like someone was feeding them quite well, and they got the word out, and they all said, we know where to eat good.
Yep, that's right. They're actually, I don't know, man. They could, there's a lot of things. We went on a nuisance goose hunt in Chicago, Illinois. It was in the city limits of Chicago in a cornfield, right on the edge of town there, but actually in the city limits. And there were, I can't even describe to you how many geese were coming in there and just terrorizing that cornfield. And that was the problem. He had a permit to shoot them because they were eating his crops.
Mm-hmm.
And we shot geese and shot geese and shot geese. And everybody knows what a standard dumpster looks like the one we got here at Black Crow that the truck drives up to, sticks it in the forks, lifts it over the truck and dumps it. It's a pretty big dumpster. In 2 days of shooting, we filled 3 of those dumpsters with geese.
Boy.
What makes me sick, though, by law and by rule, you had to destroy the geese. You couldn't give them away to a soup kitchen or
eat them.
Eat them. You couldn't. You could not keep them. You had to destroy them. And I don't know why that is. It seems like such a waste, but that was a lot of geese. And even though, there's a lot of people that like to eat goose, but I'm not one of them. As the old saying goes, you can cook a goose on a plate, and when you get it done, you're better off throwing the goose in the trash and eating the plate. That's the way I feel about a goose. But, they can make soups and things with it. It seems like they could use the goose meat for good instead of throwing it away and wasting it like that. So I don't know why they did that, but man, I'll tell you, we actually put an episode on the Hunting is Good TV series last year, and it was a lot of fun, So, but it just seemed wasteful there. But geese. Point of the story is geese can severely overpopulate the city or the county or wherever you live, and each out of house and home.
That and chasing the other like ducks or other smaller birds away. Geese and stuff, they get pretty big, don't they?
Yeah, geese are a pretty big bird there. Gold Canyon, Arizona, more wildlife, interesting wildlife news. A Gold Canyon woman called 911 and told the dispatcher that there was a brawl on her back patio between a gopher snake and a ground squirrel. When the authorities arrived, the two had been going at it for a half hour with no plans of stopping. Firefighter Ryan Phillips told CBS Channel 5 he believed the squirrel had a nest nearby, and they videoed the squirrel apparently fighting the gopher snake to defend its nest. Neither of the animals seemed camera shy, with Phillips standing only feet away. The squirrel took every opportunity to gnaw on the snake's body. Tangled in the arm of the chair, the snake only managed to get in a couple of strikes. Typically, the ground squirrel is food for a snake, so it was kind of interesting to see the tables turn and that snake, the squirrel fighting back. But they have it's such a motherly instinct and protective instinct of their young and their nesting that they're going to fight. If they feel threatened, they're going to go at it. Lucky for the squirrel, the gopher snake's a venomous snake.
Oh yeah,
So,
I watched that video, and if it was a poison snake, that squirrel would have been dot.
Yeah, he was able to survive the bites from the old gopher snake there. So the Boy Scouts we touched on the other day that were struck by lightning. They've all been released from the hospital. Thank goodness. There was over 24 of them. I remember that was struck by lightning. They had tingling sensations and a little bit of burning skin there, but they made it out all right. So thank God for that. Saw on the news last night where a kid, a teen, 14-year-old, was evidently, he must have been playing on the statue of a steer, with long horns, like a Texas Watusi cattle. Anyway, he was playing on it and somehow slipped and fell, and then he impaled himself on the horn of the statue. He was playing hide and go seek somehow, and he got up on it playing hide and seek, but then he took off running and accidentally suffered a chest wound when he impaled himself on one of the statue's horns. So
apparently he tripped on something. Yeah, he went forward.
He happened to trip over one of the lights that was shining up on their, showcasing the statue, and he lost his balance and went straight down on one of the horns. It's pretty bad too. It looks like, a couple of family members had a hard time with it. They were angry, but they put their heads together and realized this was, just something that happened, and they can't blame nobody but the kid for having an accident. But he's going to be okay. So I guess he's going to be okay. I guess I need to read it. The way some of these people are talking in here, I don't know. I have to read back up and get back with you on that, but I don't know. He may be in bad shape here. I'm going to have to read through it here. I just caught the tail end of it last night, and I thought he just kind of stabbed himself and was okay, but maybe he's in worse shape than I thought. I'll try to get some more information on it. But we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to the Good Outdoorz Radio. We got a call coming in, but caller, if you'll call back after we take our break, we'll take your call then. We'll be back in 3 minutes on 99.5.
With over 40,000 machines in the field, the pro's choice is Dixie Chopper. Be a pro, buy a chopper. Built right here in America with one simple goal. Build a mower that cuts more grass and doesn't break when you use it. Be a pro, buy a chopper. With Chopper's price, performance, and reliability guarantee, make the smart choice. Be a pro, buy a chopper.
We're running out of time. We're drawing the line. This is our battle cry.
Huntin' is Good TV is an action-packed hunting show with a mission to secure our hunting heritage. Join Steve Nichols, Trey Weatherington, and Neil Armati each week as they hunt across the U.S. and Canada with pro athletes, actors, wounded warriors, kids, and regular old Joes who know hunting is good. Huntin' is Good TV airs on Pursuit Channel and is available on Dish Network Channel 240 and DirecTV Channel 604. For more info, visit huntingisgoodtv.com and follow on Facebook at facebook.com/HIG TV show. You can also use your high-speed internet connection to watch online by logging on to filmon.com at the airtimes posted on our website. And remember, hunting is good.
This is our battle cry.
There's only one place in Valdosta if you want the freshest seafood in town. It's Bubba Jack's Crab Shack at 1700 West Hill Avenue. They got wild Georgia shrimp cooked about any way you could want it. Fried, peel and eat, grilled, or buffalo style. They got a Wednesday night oyster special at $7.99 a dozen, and that ain't no mistake. $7.99 a dozen, Wednesday night only. Bring the kids with you, and if they don't eat seafood, get them some chicken tender baskets or hamburger or hot dog. And do not forget to try the fresh cut, hand-dipped onion rings at Bubba Jack's Crab Shack, 1700 West Hill Avenue, Valdosta.
So, Dawson, is Dad still ill about you calling him out on his shooting ability?
I don't think so, but I have seen him on the range a lot more lately.
Dad always says practice makes perfect.
That's what he says, but I don't think it works for adults.
Why do you say that?
Well, from the look of the scorecard, it's making it worse.
Dawson, bring me some more shotgun shells.
Okay, Dad.
If you need some practice, come by Southwind Clays and Quail on the Quitman Highway just past the river headed towards Quitman. With a top-notch clubhouse, a 5-stand, sporting clays range, as well as a rifle and pistol range, Southwind has what you need to succeed. World-class quail hunting is also available with some of the finest bird dogs around.
Dad sure shoots a lot.
Yeah, if he keeps this up, Mom's gonna be mad.
Why is that?
Because he's spending all Mom's shopping money on shotgun shells.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie.
Welcome back to the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. 229-253-0995 is the number to call if you want to give a call and talk about anything in the Good Outdoors or any of the latest news, headlines, and sports. The little boy, 14-year-old son, he actually did pass away during the incident. So that is a tragedy, and our thoughts and prayers are with the family. That's just a freak accident. So, man, I'll tell you, love your kids before they leave the house. You just never know. I think that must be what the caller was trying to call in and tell us there, that the kid did pass away. So we appreciate it. If you have any calls, 229-253-0995. I can't imagine getting a call in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. in the morning that your son had died in such a terrible accident. So that's just absolutely awful. But we got a call coming. We'll go ahead and take the call. Good morning, caller. You listen to the Good Outdoors. How are you?
Good. How y'all?
Doing good. What's going on?
Not much. Just got off from work.
I hear you. Hadn't heard from you in a few days. What you been doing?
Working.
I hear you. Sound like you're tired.
Oh, yeah.
Ready to go home and bed up?
Yeah, I didn't realize how out of shape I was till tonight.
Man, well, maybe the economy's picking up if y'all got more work going on, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Good
we
deal.
headed, next week I'm on vacation. We headed up to the mountains.
Gonna go up to the mountains. Where you headed?
Tennessee, Pigeon Forge.
Oh, yeah. What is the name of that? I was talking about it yesterday, and I can't. It just hit me. Ain't it called, well, you can tell me. It's something K, I think. But anyway, there's Cage Cove. That's it. Dadgummit.
Yeah, I got, you wouldn't believe the pictures I got. I got like three picture albums full of monster bucks up there in that place.
Oh, yeah, and it's not just that. You can see coyotes, bears.
Yeah.
That's a good place. You take it. It's just a winding road that you drive through this. It's a state park, right?
Yeah, I think it's if you take the full loop, it's 11 miles.
That's right, and it's just a fantastic place to go view wildlife. And if you go there, during the right time of day, when you're supposed to see deer and things, in the evenings coming out to feed, man, they are everywhere.
Yeah, they are. We usually try to get out there ahead of it, because by the time you get done with that 11-mile run, it's almost after dark.
Oh yeah,
about 5 o'clock. We're good.
Yes, sir.
But we see some monster bears out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, monster bears and monster bucks. They got them out there. They know they got it made. You can't hunt them out there, so they get the ultimate age on them, and they get big and impressive.
Now I think 2 years ago they done like a lottery on it.
Well, they'll have to during the years. If it gets out of balance, they'll have to get the population back in check. But I'd like to win that lottery, wouldn't you?
Oh man! Not only that, whenever they don't want to do a lottery, you know what their solution is?
What?
Wolves or coyotes, whatever.
Yeah.
They'll turn them out in there just to try to control it a little bit. But
yeah,
I don't know how well that works.
I like the hunting part of it better.
That seems a little more interesting.
Well, you're a lot more in control that way too,
Yeah.
You put too many coyotes out there, and then they overpopulate. Then the next thing you know, you got too many coyotes, so it don't work real good.
That place, it has a ton of turkeys. We've seen some big toms up there.
Mm-hmm.
I got a picture frame from up there. We were riding horses through Cage Cove, and I'll tell you, it was a monster tom. Pretty good looking picture, but the trout fishing in Cage Cove, a lot of people don't do, and it's really good. You catch them, the wild trout. They're not very, they're about 6 inches, 7 inches.
Yeah.
But they're the natural trout. I mean, you can go to Gatlinburg and catch, farm raised.
That's right. Big difference, to catch them in a natural environment. A lot more rewarding. My cousin Wes goes up there every year trout fishing. Native trout. He just loves it.
Yeah, I mean, you could fish all day and you could probably catch 2 to 5 on a great day.
Yeah.
You really got to find your deeper holes up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and depending on the time of year, the rainfall, that's all relevant. If they got the rain that we got the last couple of days, finding water ain't gonna be no problem. It has rained. Did y'all? Have you been back down to your hunting club there in Clinton County?
Yeah, it's wet.
I bet it is. It gets wet down in that area. Have y'all got your membership filled out?
No, I've been so busy I ain't even had time to check calls. I mean, I got 5 people I got to call back, but
yeah, good deal.
Yeah.
Well, you have a good vacation, Rhino, and appreciate you calling in this morning.
All right, guys.
All right, man. See you. 229-253-0995 is the number to call if you got any questions or comments. We were cruising around here on the internet here and found a good story. We're talking about boating safety right now. There's a lot of people out there on the waterways, and the first thing that's got to be on your mind is safety. You got to make sure that you're careful out there. But quick thinking by a 14-year-old boy may have saved the lives of his family after their boat capsized on a lake. It's called Crystal Lake Sunday out there in Benzie County where they live. Logan Snyder said when the boat overturned and his family went in the water, he made sure they were all okay, and he sprung into action. He reached under the boat and got more life jackets, secured his family, and then he swam to shore to get help. A half a mile to shore. That's a pretty good swim there.
Oh yeah, that's a little trek there.
And his journey began to swim to shore, and he said it was a long way. He was getting tired, but he was swimming backwards, and he took 30 to 40 second break, and he kept on swimming and stopped about 4 times, and he got to shore finally. And he looked around and he found a person, and he told him, "Hey man, I need some help big time." And my family's stuck out there. After drifting down the lake and swimming for more than half a mile, he found Bill and Laurie Harris, to help him. And Bill took his boat out and rescued the Logan family and 9-month-old Aubriana and her 28-year-old mother, Krista, and 29-year-old father, Jeff. So 9-month-old baby out there in the water, man. Don't you know they were scared to death? But my husband said he took on water with our boat coming in, so it was pretty rough. The conditions were pretty rough. That's what the rescuer said. So evidently they just encountered some rough weather when they overturned. It says when they came in, the mother was definitely crying. I think they were kind of in shock, not realizing or believing what had happened. The baby was crying, but as soon as they checked her out, she was fine, and then she was happy as can be, and the mom was just very relieved. So great job for him, the 14-year-old, keeping his wits about him, getting some help and getting out there and making a very bad potential story turn out okay. So it was just a big relief to get the help there. So good job, man. That's when you do get out there and you're in a situation, your boat capsizes or you get disoriented out there, the main thing you got to do is not panic, because if you panic, then you can't think and you make bad decisions. So you got to try to stay calm, constantly tell yourself, be calm, that everything's going to be okay, and think what can I do to make my situation better and get out of this mess. And 9 times out of 10, you'll come out the other side and you'll be fine. But if you panic, there's nothing good going to come of that. You get out there and get in the woods, start going around in circles and not paying attention to what you're doing, or you make a wrong decision out there on the water and it could cost you your life or the life of some people that are with you. So just got to be careful out there in the good outdoors. We're talking about rain and flooding. A lot of people try to get on the rivers around here when the river's too high, and you don't understand. I mean, the Withlacoochee River, the Lappaha River, the Little River, they're all small rivers. But when you get a lot of rain, you get swift-moving currents, and these currents have brought in different logs and limbs into different places, and you can get yourself in a lot of trouble. I mean, I won't say every year, but ever so often you'll hear of a story of someone getting in trouble in a canoe or in a boat out there in one of our rivers there locally, and you just got to use a little common sense.
And usually someone says, "Hey, I've been on these waters for years."
That's right, and you may have been on the water for years, but it's a game changer when you get 2 or 3 inches of hard rain a couple of days in a row, and the water levels get high and it gets out of the bank, and you in there trying to do some boating, man. It's you just gotta be careful, and if you're coming up on a if you're traveling on a dirt road and there's water across the road, you may have been down that road a million times in your life, but if that water has cut a ditch across that road and you try to go through that water and you get caught in that ditch, there you are, stuck out in the middle of nowhere with no help. So just use a little common sense. It don't hurt anything to turn around and go back the way you came. That was safe. It got you there after all. So you got to be careful. But lots of stuff happening here in the Good Outdoors. We're going to have John Peak and Dawson Peak coming in the studio here shortly, probably after the 5 o'clock hour, to talk about Dawson's exploits at the state Sporting Clays tournament. I understand he did real well. We're not going to spoil it for you right now. We'll let Dawson tell us all about it. Might talk a little bit of kayak fishing. He's into that, and then can give some pointers on what he likes to do, where he likes to go, and how he likes to do it, and what kind of equipment he might use. Tomorrow we're going to have Joe from Southern Habitats come in and tell us how to improve our land and manage our habitat for the wildlife. He's got some interesting stuff there. You can check his website out at southernhabitats.com, and we're looking forward to that. I'd like to know some of the ways you can improve it with a low budget, or with little or no budget. There's some things you can do to improve the habitat. So I'm looking forward to talking to Joe, and just got a text from John, and him and Dawson's en route here. So maybe they'll be here in a little while, and we'll talk about the Sporting Clays event and the kayak fishing. And I know my brother-in-law, I've probably told this story before, but it just is funny to me to hear him say it. He and his friend down in Orlando entered a redfish and speckled trout tournament where they paid the entry fee, and you go out there and you get to keep your biggest legal redfish and your biggest legal speckled trout to weigh in. So it was basically a big fish tournament. And there were over 100 boats they put in, and there were some $100,000, $200,000-$300,000 boats backing in the water. Here they come tootling up with the kayaks, slipped them in the water, and lo and behold, they won the tournament. And he said everybody was mad, and then they banned them. They made a rule that you had to have a motorized boat to be in that tournament from then on. So it don't take.
That's what you used to have a small motor to put on the back of kayak.
That's right. You have to find a way around it. But there's ways to enjoy the good outdoors without having to spend $200,000 or $300,000. Is the moral of that story. But we're going to take a quick break. You listen to the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. See you in just a few minutes.
Attention Outdoor Nation. Adel Outfitters, located at exit 39 on I-75 in Adel, Georgia, has over 18,000 square feet of outdoor unbelievability just waiting on you. Specializing in a wide range of outdoor supplies for everyone, including hunting, fishing, shooting, kayaking, camping, Little League, clothing, knives, boots, you name it, Adel Outfitters has it. They also have that personal one-on-one attention that you just might not be getting from some of the big boxes, and Adel Outfitters has a whole lot less overhead, so you'll be surprised at the deals. So come see us now at Adel Outfitters, exit 39, Adel, Georgia. Woo-wee! Sweet Tea's Smokehouse on South Hutchinson Avenue, Adel, is the bomb. You ain't had good old South Georgia barbecue if you ain't been to Sweet Tea's Smokehouse. Ribs, chicken, pork, beef, good grief, this is some fine eating. And it ain't called Sweet Tea's for nothing. Ice cold sweet tea and good old barbecue plate with all the trimmings is what living in the South is all about. Head up Highway 41 north towards Adel. Swing into Sweet Tea's Smokehouse for lunch or dinner. Great southern barbecue like it's supposed to be. And don't forget some of that fine Brunswick stew. Woo-wee!
Justamere Farm is a full boarding, training, and lesson facility conveniently located on Valdale Road in Hayhire. Justamere Farm offers a facility like no other in the area with many amenities to meet all your equine needs, whether it's riding, training, or boarding. If riding is your passion, Justamere has you covered with an indoor arena, a large lighted outdoor arena with an alleyway, a large jump course arena, a round pen for training, trails, and access to dirt roads. Private and shared lessons are available, so give Justamere Farms a call today at 229-460-2331.
Wow, look at Bob trimming the grass. He's so fast.
I know, and that mower is so big.
And it's got a huge deck.
And it cuts the long grass with deep roots so easily.
Yeah, Bob's a bad boy.
When you want to cut grass like a champion, get yourself a Bad Boy mower from Nashville Tractor. Nashville Tractor carries an exclusive line of Bad Boy zero-turn mowers. See them now at Nashville Tractor in Valdosta and in Nashville.
Brigman and Brigman Cabinets in Hayhira, Georgia specializes in custom-built cabinets. You can come in and sit down with our staff and start from scratch to develop the perfect cabinet layout. Or bring in your plans and start there. From design to installation, Brigman and Brigman can help you every step of the way. Estimates are always free, and your satisfaction is our goal. Whether it's a remodel, a spec house, or your custom-built dream home, give Brigman and Brigman Cabinets in Hayhira a call at 229-794-2108 to set up an appointment. Crystal River Seafood on St. Augustine Road in Valdosta is a fine seafood dining experience. Folks from miles around come in to enjoy the fine seafood and friendly atmosphere Crystal River has to offer. Their friendly staff makes your dining experience one to remember, as well as one to repeat. Fish like grouper, salmon, mahi, catfish are always great choices, along with shrimp, oysters, crab cakes, and crab legs. Hey, you're not in the mood for seafood? Order a juicy ribeye steak. Crystal River Seafood is open for lunch and dinner. Crystal River Seafood, 958 St. Augustine Road, Valdosta, Georgia.
WKAA, Willacoochee, Valdosta. Another hour of Valdosta's best country music kicks off now. 99.5
Kicks Country.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun. Talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's Hump Day.
Woo-hoo! Hump Day!
Hump Day edition here on the Good Outdoors 99.5 Kicks Country. If you can't laugh at that, you just don't have a sense of humor there. But everybody gets excited for Hump Day. Speaking of excitement, I just saw this here again, but you can't see the video, obviously, on the radio. But if you can imagine this, being at a zoo, looking through a glass window at a gorilla. I've done it a million times at zoos and stuff.
And they do some interesting things back at you.
Oh, yeah. Well, this group of kids were looking through the glass, beating on the glass, taunting the gorilla, going, hey, you're ugly, you're ugly, you're ugly. And then all of a sudden the gorilla throws up his hands and jumps towards the glass, and it shows the kids, boy, they like to broke their neck getting out of there, boy. It scared them to death. So way to go, gorilla. Score one for the gorilla to get the kids back. I've always wanted that to happen, get up there and make them come up close to the glass like that and have a reaction. But it never happens for me, but it happened for them, and it sure looked funny. I wish I'd have been there. We had reported a while back on the Good Outdoors here where a Michigan couple had found a deer back some period of time ago, and they raised it, named it Lily. It lives in the house with them. They got a red bandana around its neck. It thinks it's a dog, basically. It stays in the house with them, goes in and out with the dogs, and somebody turned them in and said, hey, this family's got a deer, and we don't think it's right for them to have it. So the Michigan Department of Natural Resources stepped in and wanted to remove Lily from her owner's possession and turn it back in the wild. Well, the problem is it wouldn't live in the wild. So anyway, a big court battle ensued, and they've been fighting to be able to keep Lily. They've had her for 5 years, so it's a pet, and it's become part of that family for 5 years. But because Michigan law maintains that only licensed rehabilitators can legally possess the wildlife, they wanted to remove Lily, which sparked this outrage. A Change.org petition garnered 16,004 signatures, and an Indiegogo petition that was launched to help the family with legal funds raised nearly $2,500. According to the petition, a Facebook group was also created and amassed 10,000 supporters before it was deleted. The family's lawyer, Val Washington, released a statement Monday that a deal had been reached with the Department of Natural Resources after several weeks of negotiations. Lily's caretakers have now applied for an exhibition class permit, and they will continue to provide Lily with the love, care, and environment she needs. So they're getting around it by getting this exhibition class permit where they can take the deer and exhibit it and 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 tell people about it. And they have to pay a $450 annual fee, but they said that the family has paid for the fees and the permit already. Lily's owners released the following statement. As you can imagine, the last several weeks have been an emotional roller coaster for us, and now that the agreement has been signed, we would like to recapture the regular routine of our lives. So they're tired of dealing with it, but all turned out well. Good job.
That's a good story to hear, because usually they don't hear it's going to turn out that good.
That's right. Well, it's a good job by everybody working together and coming up with a solution to a problem that that could be easily solved.
A very simple solution.
Very simple solution. A pretty cool story here. It says bare knuckle babe wrestles in a 72-pound catfish. Lucy Millsap's barehanded grab of a monstrous flathead beats a field of about 200, mostly men, to claim the prestigious Okie Noodling Tournament title. So Lucy dove down there under the water, stuck her hand into this hole, and pulled out a 72-pound catfish. It shows a picture of her hoisting it over her back. She says, I went through my entire high school career and no one ever knew that she was a catfish noodler. She's a 19-year-old Texan, but these days Millsap is anything but secretive about her passion, which entails wading through the rivers and lakes and wrestling monstrous catfish. Millsap is a calendar girl for the Bare Knuckle Babes. She's Miss May 2014, and on Saturday she served the babes proudly by wrestling in the 72-pound catfish. Now, I'm going to try to figure out a way to tactfully say this here. When you think of a girl wrestling, getting in the water, diving down, wrestling a 72-pound catfish, the image that pops in my mind does not fit the image of the picture of this girl. She is a good-looking girl. She's a calendar girl for this Bare Knuckle Babes poster, and it just doesn't fit to see a pretty girl hoisting a 72-pound catfish over her back.
But at the same time, though, it's exciting to see someone do something like that.
It is exciting.
Because you don't picture them doing it, and when they get down in there, you're like, it's more that shock. I would not picture, it's like you don't picture someone doing something and they do it.
She not only beat all the guys in the competition, she broke the 14-year record of the largest catfish of the event. She beat a field of 200 participants, mostly men, including her father, Jimmy, who came in second with a 67.4-pound catfish. Lucy said, women don't think that they can do a lot of stuff, and you get a lot of trash talk from the guys. I'm proud to justify the name of the Bare Knuckle Babes.
But when she comes around walking on that fish, what's anybody going to say now?
Yeah, again, it's just odd to see. It shows a picture of her in a bikini posing with this catfish, and it just looks out of place. It just don't even make sense. I'm picturing about a 250-pound backwoods barefoot woman with a beard wrestling catfish.
Anybody can do it. Don't matter, huh?
There I am stereotyping, and I shouldn't be. So y'all don't be mad at me, but I think you can appreciate my shock. So y'all it's on the Yahoo News feed. If it's still up when you get home, y'all check it out. And she's been noodling since she was 5 years old, she said. And
I just give them props, because I'm just not going to stick my hand down into some hole that I can't see and then just try to grab out a fish and hope that's what you're grabbing.
She's more of a man than I am. I'll tell you that right there, because I ain't doing that. She won $1,500 for doing it too. So way to go, Lucy. You are the champion. And we were talking about kayak fishing a while ago, and I'm gonna see if I can pull this up again. A cuttlefish, which is a little bit odd name for a fish like this. I've never heard of one.
It don't even look like a fish.
It don't. But Australian Jeff Shepherd, a New South Wales policeman whose hobby is fishing from an ocean kayak and producing online video, has caught huge black marlin and lots of sharks. But the one sea creature he's especially wary of is a cuttlefish. He says, I've caught heaps of sharks from my kayak, but to be honest, I'm more scared of putting my fingers in the wrong place around a cuttlefish than getting bit by a shark. I had a bad experience once while snorkeling and got bitten through a leather glove by a cuttlefish. He was laughing then, but his latest encounter with the cuttlefish a couple of miles off of Garagong proved quite hilarious. He was attacked again, but not with its beak. You can watch the hysterical video on the internet there. But the cuttlefish, they're part of the squid family, and they can squirt ink as well as buckets of water, as you see from the video. He come up and he just squirted a massive amount of water out of his mouth into the face of the angler in his kayak. But he got soaked, but he said it's definitely better than being bitten. So anyway, you got to be careful when you're out there in the ocean in a kayak. You never know what will happen. I've seen pictures and videos and things like that showing the kayaks hovering over 12, 15-foot sharks, and stuff like that. So be careful. Yeah, that's why I like hanging out in fresh water. About the biggest thing you're gonna hit in a kayak is maybe a largemouth bass or something in fresh water. Maybe alligators.
I'm worried about that alligator that I'm going to bump into, because I ain't going to bump into no fish.
Alligators are an issue, but I don't know. I like my chances in fresh water much better than my chances in the salt water.
That's where my little rule comes in there. If I can't see the bottom, I'm not getting in.
That's right. Did you see where $1.2 million in cash vanished from a Swiss Air jet bound for New York?
They just disappeared, huh?
Well, somebody knew about it, but FBI agents are investigating the apparent disappearance of $1.2 million in cash from the cargo container of a Swiss Airlines jet that landed at JFK Monday. When it got there, the money was missing. Police and investigators believe the cargo container had not been tampered with, suggesting that the money was stolen before the flight. A Port Authority official claimed that it was an active investigation. The airline declined to specify on which flight the money was supposed to arrive. JFK has a long, colorful history of cargo thefts, the most famous being the Lufthansa heist immortalized in Martin Scorsese's 1990 film Goodfellas.
Then why does the story go off talking about this missing, but then they come out and say it was stolen?
It's missing, stolen. It's just not there. It had to be stolen. They didn't just misplace it. 3 months ago, detectives cracked a long-running operation that saw thousands of packages stolen as they passed through Kennedy's Airport's huge U.S. Postal Service mailing facility. But I'm wondering why they were transporting $1.2 million in cash from obviously a Swiss bank account, maybe, I don't know, into New York. I'd like to know the explanation of that, but we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here on 99.5 Kicks Country. You're listening to the Good Outdoorz Radio Show.
Service. It's a very simple word, but you'd think it's French. At Deep South Sanitation, our service will never be questioned. We are there when we say we'll be there. If there's a couple extra bags by the can, we pick it up. Deep South Sanitation don't care if the lid won't close. All the more reason to dump it. If you're elderly or disabled, the Deep South Sanitation team will get your can, dump it, and put it back. If trash blew out, we don't leave it, we pick it up. Keep the money you pay for sanitation services local by supporting Deep South Sanitation, a locally owned business. Call Carrie Scarborough today at Deep South Sanitation, 229-559-0200. It's that time of year. People everywhere will be scrambling to find somebody to take care of filing their taxes. Fast Tax and Bookkeeping at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q has a quick turnaround time and the knowledge to prepare your taxes properly, making sure you are getting what's due. With $25 1040 EZ filings, electronic refunds in a flash, military and college student discounts, and fast and friendly service, drop by and see Lisa Griffiths and the gang at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q, or give them a call at 229-253-0181 to schedule an appointment.
SWAT Graphics, located at 300 South Toombs Street, is the area's #1 graphic design service company. Specializing in graphic banners, stickers, signs, and design, SWAT Graphics can help from concept to completion. If you have a design idea for a company logo, SWAT Graphics can bring it to reality. Maybe you have a logo and just need it placed on a sign, sticker, or banner. Whatever the case, stop by SWAT Graphics at 300 South Toombs Street, Valdosta, or give them a call at 241-9185. SWAT Graphics, proud sponsor of the Good Outdoors.
Hey, this is Judd with T3 Outdoors. T3 Outdoors is Valdosta's newest Blue Buffalo dog feed dealer. We also carry 50-pound, 13% sweet feed for $8.99. But hey, feed isn't all we do at T3 Outdoors. We have one of the best selections of guns in town at some of the best prices. We buy, sell, trade, and consign guns daily. Last but not least, archery season will be here before you know it. We are Valdosta's exclusive Hoyt and Bowtech dealer with 2013 packages starting under $650. Please visit us at t3outdoors.com to learn more today.
There's only one place in Valdosta if you want the freshest seafood in town. It's Bubba Jack's Crab Shack at 1700 West Hill Avenue. They got wild Georgia shrimp cooked about any way you could want it. Fried, peel and eat, grilled, or buffalo style. They got a Wednesday night oyster special at $7.99 a dozen, and that ain't no mistake. $7.99 a dozen, Wednesday night only. Bring the kids with you, and if they don't eat seafood, get them some chicken tender baskets or hamburger or hot dog. And do not forget to try the fresh cut, hand-dipped onion rings at Bubba Jack's Crab Shack, 1700 West Hill Avenue, Valdosta.
Justamere Farm is a full boarding, training, and lesson facility conveniently located on Valdale Road in Hayhire. Justamere Farm offers a facility like no other in the area with many amenities to meet all your equine needs, whether it's riding, training, or boarding. If riding is your passion, Justamere has you covered with an indoor arena, a large lighted outdoor arena with an alleyway, a large jump course arena, a round pen for training, trails, and access to dirt roads. Private and shared lessons are available, so give Justamere Farms a call today at 229-460-2331.
You're listening to The Good Outdoors with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun.
Welcome back to The Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country, this Hump Day edition on the downhill run to the weekend. I know people's probably really starting to have feelings stirring about what they're going to do over the weekend. And I'm no different. I'm sitting there thinking, what can I do this weekend? You know, so yard work's been dominating my life the last couple of weekends. But I think coming out of the weekend, I think I got a little trip planned down to Ross Hammock Ranch to we got to film a little video. But I'm gonna try to sneak in a little wild hog hunt while I'm down there with my expedition bow. See if I can't slip.
I got a little trick for you on that yard work so you can have more to find on the weekend. Do it during the week.
Oh, easier said than done when it's raining cats and dogs when you get home. But that would be a good plan. But I'm going to try to slip down there, take the old expedition bow and slip an arrow through the back, through the shoulder of an old hog there. Get me about 100-pound hog and maybe do a little grilling on the 4th of July. Of course, Demery Godwin gave me some meat. It might be just easier to thaw his out and cook it. Did you get any of that meat there? Have you tried any of that?
No.
You didn't get any?
We keep planning on it, and things just don't work out to get it done.
Yeah, you know, one thing about grilling in the summertime, it's hot. You know, it's already hot, and you're going to start a fire. And it takes a lot for me to get around that grill when it's 100 degrees outside.
It's not so bad if you got a pool right next to you. So if you want to get too hot, jump in the pool, cool off, dip back out, come over here, flip your food some more.
Problem is I don't have a pool next to my grill. Maybe that's something I need to start working towards, huh?
Yes.
229-253-0995 is the number to call, and we'll be glad to talk about anything and everything in the Good Outdoors. We got some in-studio guests coming in here, John Peak and Dawson Peak from Southwind Sporting Clays and Quail. They're going to join us here in just a second. We'll see if we can't get them suited up real quick and tell us about what's been going on here. We may sound a little bit distracted while we're getting hooked up there, but there's just some earphones to put on there, John. And Dawson, he's getting to be an old professional at this, so he can pull it. You can pull it right on down in front of your face there, Dawson. How y'all doing this morning?
Good.
Good?
Doing good.
Good deal. Well, we sure glad y'all could join us. I know that y'all have had some activity going on here recently with your 4-H sporting clays. It is 4-H, right, John?
Yes,
with
4-H shooting team.
That's
yes,
right. And Dawson, you competed in the 4-H competition. Is it the
He was in archery.
Oh, he was in the archery. Okay, that's right. In the archery competition, and it was the state archery competition.
Yes, sir, it was.
Well, how did you do? Tell us what happened.
I came in 6th place, and my team came in 4th place.
6th place in individual and 4th in the team. That's a pretty doggone good showing, and there were people from all over.
Right.
How many participants total?
Well, in Cloverleaf, which was what I was in, it was my first year. There had to be like 187 people.
Wow, and you came in 6th out of 187. That's pretty doggone good. Now, when you shooting, are you shooting at is it a target tournament or 3D or
target tournament?
Target tournament. Is it known distance?
20, 30, and 40 yards.
Okay, good deal. So you got 3 different ranges there, competing against over about 187 guys, and you came in 6th place. That's impressive. Did you get a trophy or anything like that?
Wish.
You wish. I tell you, it's funny going through raising children and going through the years. They don't care about nothing going on but that trophy. You could my little boy, when he was 6 years old playing Little League, or not Little League, but, Midget League or whatever they called it, you could have gave him the choice of $1 million check or a trophy, and he'd have took the trophy. There's something about winning that trophy and hoisting that thing up that makes it all worthwhile.
Baby, the trophy was worth more.
The trophy was worth more. It was probably about 6 feet tall, too, wasn't it?
Probably.
Yeah, probably so. Well, okay, and your team came in fourth?
Fourth.
Good gracious, that's a heck of an accomplishment. And how long have y'all been shooting together?
For a year. That's how long I've been shooting. For
about a year. So y'all have gotten real good over in just a year's time. And where did this event take place?
Perry. In Perry.
Up there at the
Rock Eagle. At Rock Eagle.
At Rock Eagle. Okay, good deal. Well, that's a pretty good deal there. So how many more tournaments you going to be shooting in this year? Or was that kind of the culmination, or do y'all shoot regularly, or what do y'all do?
Well, right now the season's over with. It'll start back up once. Oh, I actually don't know when, but it starts up when school starts back. Okay, so it starts up
school, and y'all during the school season, y'all compete against other schools?
Well, we will in 20-yard events.
Mm-hmm.
We won't go 20, 30, and 40 for a while,
right?
But we'll have fundraisers and we'll compete against other teams.
Oh, that's good. We'll make sure we get the word out and help y'all on your fundraisers to keep y'all going. It's such a great discipline, a great outdoor activity. Not everybody plays football, baseball, and basketball. A lot of people play golf, they play tennis, they play soccer, they shoot bows and arrows, they shoot rifles. A lot of schools are starting these gun clubs, and I hope that's something that continues to grow and keep people exposed to the good outdoors. And how many people are on your archery team?
There has to be around, I think there's around 30, but, there's a lot of kids.
A lot of kids. Okay, so when y'all went to state and you entered your team, how many could shoot on that team for the state competition?
We had 5 people, I think.
5? Okay.
And I had the high score, which was 230 out of 300 for the Cloverleaf.
Fantastic. Good job, man. Well, I'm excited to know that we have such a great archery team here in the South, man, and I know you representing it well, and I also know that shifting gears just a little bit. Told your dad when he called yesterday that we had been talking a lot about kayak fishing and things, and I don't know if y'all were listening to the radio show coming in this morning, but there's been a lot of activity here lately, a lot of news about people fishing in kayaks and entering tournaments and getting out there and having experiences with nature in the kayak. Now, you and your dad, y'all do a lot of kayaking, don't you?
We do. We go down a lot of rivers. We'll fish along the way. We'll fish at my back pond. We'll fish a lot.
Good deal. What do you like most about fishing out of the kayak compared to a big boat?
Well, in a kayak, you can get the fish in the boat faster.
Oh yeah.
Bad thing is the fish will flop out. It's so small.
Yeah.
And it's a lot funner. You can go faster, but just by paddling, it's more exercise. And it's a lot of fun.
And you can get places you can't get in that motorboat.
That's right. That's exactly right. When my brother-in-law, when he won the tournament we were speaking of earlier, I think that was the key to his victory. He was able to slip that thing up in areas that those big old, boats with the 300 Yamahas on couldn't get in. And of course they've since banned him from entering the tournament. So, and the health benefits you talked about, that's a big benefit there. You get out there and you don't even. That's one of the things, you're exercising and you're having fun. You don't even realize you're exercising. So that's a good benefit too. What's the biggest fish you've actually landed in your kayak?
I don't know.
Probably a bass or
probably a bass.
Bass, yeah. Do you do much saltwater fishing in your kayak?
We've gone to the flats a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
St. Joe Bay, real good place to go. St. Joe Bay, Hickory Mound.
But it's a long paddle.
It's a long paddle.
Trying to get out where you want to fish. It's a really long paddle. You'll know once you get out there and start paddling, like, crap.
Is it pretty comfortable, John? You a big guy like me. I mean, are you pretty comfortable when you're sitting in it, or is it cramped?
He's got the backrest and the whole seat.
Depending on your kayak and the seat system that you have in it, some are better than others.
Right. Well, you can soup it up like you want to make it the best it can be. Is it pretty stable in the water, or is it easy to turn over?
There's kayaks that are really stable. There's kayaks if you just tap the side of the boat, it'll flip.
Oh, I see them on TV when they're going down these rapid rivers and paddle. They turn over all the time, but they flip themselves right back up. If you do turn it over, is it easy to flip yourself back up, or is it just better not to turn yourself over?
Well, what you're seeing there is the sit-in kayaks.
Yeah.
You have the sit-on-top kayaks, but it's easy to turn it back over and get in.
Oh, okay, good deal. Well, that's good to know there.
They're just crazy.
Yeah, they are crazy.
I ain't going on rapids that big. I mean, I go down rapids, but not rapids 6 feet long.
Yeah, we go up to North Georgia and do some whitewater kayaking at least once a year.
That's a lot of fun, but I'm like you, Dawson. I don't see the need to get in a situation like they do in the Colorado rivers and things like that. That's just that's kind of like jumping out of an airplane. That just makes no sense.
Yeah. Why not just land the airplane and get off?
Well, do y'all have any kayak trips planned here? Or you got anything on the radar?
Not yet, I don't think. Get with them because I have no idea.
Well, you won't go no more than your dad takes you, will
right.
you? You're sitting on ready?
Right.
Well, we may do the 4th. We may do the 4th of July and do a trip.
That'd be good. There'll be a lot of people go fishing on the 4th of July. Now, have y'all ever done any scalloping?
That's another thing. We might end up doing that on the 4th of July too. We just haven't decided.
Haven't decided yet. Well, that's something I've never done it, and we had a couple of gentlemen in here last week or week before talking about scalloping, and we've gotten fired up to do that. We got a call coming in. They may have a question for you, Dawson. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors. How are you?
Real good. One thing, remind you listeners, we got some heavy fog out here this morning.
Okay, appreciate that tip.
I'm southbound on 135, and it's real thick in a couple of places there. And ask your guest there, will he sort of give us some prices on his shooting range out there? And the main thing I'd like to know is, like, if I got a deer rifle I want to sight in a couple of 100 yards, how much would it cost me to drive all the way across the county to come out there and do it?
Well, it's $10 an hour to come out there and shoot on the rifle and pistol range. But, gas? I have no idea.
Gas is expensive. He does know that there. But $10 an hour, you can go out there and shoot all you want, right, John?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct. At rifle or pistol range, $10 an hour. You can do 30 on one and 30 on the other. It doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. 10-4. Does that answer your question there?
It sure does.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you calling in.
All right.
229-2530-995 is the number to call. Make sure while you're driving out there, the caller gave us a tip that it's real foggy, so be careful. There's a lot of animals and wildlife and, of course, other cars and trucks. So be very careful. You can get on something about that fog that it messes with your depth perception a little bit when you're driving. So be careful out there. But the rifle and pistol range at Southwind Sporting Clays and Quail is $10 an hour. What's the range on the rifle range? How far can you shoot, John?
200 yards.
200 yards. So that's real good. That's big because a lot of places don't have a facility that can handle long downrange shots, and 200 yards is a pretty good poke there. We're going to take a quick break here on the Good Outdoors. We'll be right back in 3 minutes. You're talking to John Peak and Dawson Peak of Southwind Sporting Clays and Quail. So get your questions ready, and we'll be back in 3 minutes.
Wow, look at Bob trimming the grass. He's so fast.
Yeah. I know. And that mower is so big.
And it's got a huge deck.
And it cuts the long grass with deep roots so easily.
Yeah, Bob's a bad boy.
When you want to cut grass like a champion, get yourself a Bad Boy mower from Nashville Tractor. Nashville Tractor carries an exclusive line of Bad Boy zero-turn mowers. See them now at Nashville Tractor in Valdosta and in Nashville.
Quitman, Georgia, and Antiques go hand in hand. Tammy's Antiques and Consignment, located at 211 East Screven Street in Quitman, is a traditional Southern antique shop with a little twist, offering a consignment program that fits like a glove in the spacious downtown shop. But the real twist is Zumba. That's right, Tammy also offers Zumba fitness classes as well as tanning. Come by and check out the literally thousands of items upstairs and down. And if you have an item that you want Tammy to sell, bring it in. That's Tammy's Antiques and Consignment, 211 East Screven Street, Quitman, or give Tammy a call at 229-506-9146.
Attention Outdoor Nation. Adel Outfitters, located at Exit 39 on I-75 in Adel, Georgia, has over 18,000 square feet of outdoor unbelievability just waiting on you. Specializing in a wide range of outdoor supplies for everyone, including hunting, fishing, shooting, kayaking, camping, Little League, clothing, knives, boots, you name it, Adel Outfitters has it. They also have that personal one-on-one attention that you just might not be getting from some of the big boxes, and Adel Outfitters has a whole lot less overhead, so you'll be surprised at the deals. So come see us now at Adel Outfitters, Exit 39, Adel, Georgia. Georgia. Woo-wee! Sweet Tea's Smokehouse on South Hutchinson Avenue, Adel is the bomb. You ain't had good old South Georgia barbecue if you ain't been to Sweet Tea's Smokehouse. Ribs, chicken, pork, beef, good grief, this is some fine eating. And it ain't called Sweet Tea's for nothing. Ice cold sweet tea and good old barbecue plate with all the trimmings is what living in the South is all about. Head up Highway 41 north towards Adel. Swing into Sweet Tea's Smokehouse for lunch or dinner. Great southern barbecue like it's supposed to be. And don't forget some of that fine Brunswick stew. Woo-wee! Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has been serving South Georgia and North Florida for over 3 decades. With 9 locations in the South, Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a full-line distributor for all welding and industrial supplies. The Jones mission is to provide quality products at a competitive price in order to supply the best service available. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has built a reputation for good, honest, old-fashioned service. For a location near you, visit www.joneswelding.com. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a proud supporter of the Good Outdoors. Service. It's a very simple word, but you'd think it's French. At Deep South Sanitation, our service will never be questioned. We are there when we say we'll be there. If there's a couple extra bags by the can, we pick it up. Deep South Sanitation don't care if the lid won't close. All the more reason to dump it. If you're elderly or disabled, the Deep South Sanitation team will get your can, dump it, and put it back. If trash blew out, we don't leave it, we pick it up. Keep the money you pay for sanitation services local by supporting Deep South Sanitation, a locally owned business. Call Carrie Scarborough today at Deep South Sanitation, 229-559-0200.
You're listening to The Good Outdoors with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun.
Welcome back to The Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. We got the pleasure to be joined by Dawson Peak and John Peak of Southwind Sporting Clays and Quail. He's been talking a little archery, a little kayaking, and we'll get back to some of that kayaking in a minute. But John was telling me during the break that y'all just got back from the Sporting Clays shoot.
Georgia State Sporting Clays.
Georgia State Sporting Clays shoot. How did that go down, Dawson?
It went good. I'd like to congratulate Malcolm Parker because he was put into he was Masters first, but he got put into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, the Hall of Fame, the Georgia State Hall of Fame?
Yes.
That is fantastic. I've never had the pleasure to meet Malcolm, but I've heard his name, especially since I've gotten to know you and been involved in some events out there at Southwind. His reputation precedes him in a very positive way, and his skills, and not only his skills, but I've just heard a lot about what he does to as an ambassador of sporting clays and shooting, and that makes perfect sense that he got inducted into the Georgia State Hall of Fame.
He did.
And that is something there. Now that's congratulations, Malcolm. If you're out there listening, or if y'all know Malcolm, make sure you tell him you heard about it on the Good Outdoors and give him a congratulations. So now, what kind of competition was going on there at the shoot?
We were shooting sporting clays, and they were flying left to right, to right to left, and going straight up and coming straight at you. There were some hard stations. There were easy stations. You just had to concentrate real hard, but it was a lot of fun.
Now, you shot. Did you compete in that?
I did.
You did?
Came in the sub-gauge event, which was 20 gauge and smaller gauges. I came in 4th place.
Good deal.
And in the main event, which was 12 gauge, I came in 6th place.
6th place in the 12 gauge and 4th in the sub gauge.
Right.
Fantastic. We'll take this call. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors. How are you this morning?
I'm doing good.
Good.
My name is Moon. I know Mr. John there.
Okay, Moon. What's going on?
I'm just hoping Mr. John came in this morning to change that commercial.
He did. He's sitting right here, and he better do it soon.
Well, we sent him the script home here a while back to come in here and change it, the continuing saga of the Peak family struggles on the Sporting Clays course. So we're going to try to get that changed out here. I don't think we'll get it done this morning because, unfortunately, when you get up at 4 a.m., you beat everybody else to work, and we don't know how to run the board. So we'll see if we can get that changed in the next day or so, though.
All right, man.
All right, appreciate it.
Have a good Moon.
All right. Good deal. It's fun when your friends call in and poke a little fun at you, ain't it?
I guess so.
So, how many people competed at the State Sporting Clay shoot?
There had to be around 400 or 500.
No, there was around 375.
At least it looked like 400 or 500.
Hey, there ain't a lot of difference whether you're shooting against 375 or 400 or 500. It don't matter. But so you came in fourth in the sub gauge and sixth in the main event. That is
But
fantastic.
now they do break that down in
yeah.
classes.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
not competing against He's not competing against Malcolm.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, it sounds like he'd get his butt stomped if he was shooting against Malcolm.
Be
Maybe.
tough.
Pretty much.
Malcolm had a good show, and he won master class.
Good deal.
His wife, Melanie Parker,
Okay.
won ladies class.
Wow.
And his son, Jason Parker, won
A class.
My goodness. Well,
So-
there's a long, successful line in the Parker family there.
They got the genes.
They got it. We got a call coming. We'll go ahead and take it. Good morning, caller. You listen to the Good Outdoors. How are you?
Well, you're talking about kayak fishing again. I'm always calling in about it.
Oh, yeah. What you got?
I didn't get to go this past weekend, but my buddy did with his uncle.
Yeah.
And he made me pretty jealous. He hooked up with a tarpon for about 2 minutes, 70-pound tarpon
Wow.
on a bass rod and reel.
Good night on a kayak. He had him a good fight there, didn't he?
And then the rest of the day he was catching 4 to 6 foot blacktip sharks.
4 to 6 feet.
Yeah.
I bet it was pulling that kayak all over the place.
He said he pulled about 400 yards, and he was able to fight it.
Good gracious, man! That is making me want to go fishing, but I don't want to. I don't want to hook a shark longer than my kayak, though. That wouldn't be good.
Oh, well, he has pictures of him out there on Facebook with him sitting on the kayak on his lap.
Oh goodness, he's more of a man than I am.
I just can't wait to get down there.
Now, when you go, do you totally go exclusively saltwater, or have you done it in freshwater or in a river or anything around here?
Anywhere there's water.
Good deal. What kind of kayak do you have?
I have a 14-foot ocean kayak.
14
Sit on
foot.
top.
Okay, sit on top. Yeah, I think that's what John and them use to sit on top.
I'll sit on top.
Yeah.
Plenty of
Okay.
room. I got 3 rod holders. I put PVC pipe on the side of one of my coolers, so I can hold 3 more rods on there.
So you got a spider rig going on when you out there on your
Oh yeah.
Okay, there you go. More lines in the water, you got more chances. So.
Well, it just depends on what's biting. Big reel for big fish, side casting reel if you see any cobia, and then reds and trout.
Good deal. It sounds like you've been doing it a while.
I just got into it 2 years ago. Got lucky. Military guy moving away sold his kayak for $100.
$100. Well, I've been reading on the internet. You can put it's like anything else. You can put as much in it as you want. You can. Looks to me like you get started around $600 or $800 if you buy a new one.
Oh, you can get it less than that.
Less than that. Okay, but you can go a lot more than that. Apparently.
A lot more than that.
Yeah.
Lot more than that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they get up expensive. But I also have me and him both have a depth finder installed on ours.
Mm-hmm.
Or put in ourselves. So
well, y'all serious kayak fishermen.
we love to.
Good deal.
A lot cheaper too.
That's right. We appreciate you calling in, man.
All right.
Thank you. 229-253-0995 is the number to call. I'm going to jump into the weather real quick before I forget about it, and I don't know why. It's just, I could say just repeat. It's been the same every day for the past God knows how long, but today's high is going to be 96 degrees. So it's going to get hot and muggy. Low tonight of 75 degrees, 40% chance of thunderstorms, winds out of the west-southwest at 4 miles per hour, and you can stamp that one pretty much all the way through the weekend. So, bottom line is it might rain and it might not, and but one thing's for sure, it will be hot at some point during the day. So take precautions if you're going fishing, kayaking. If you're going out to John's place at Southwind Sporting Clays and Quail, make sure you drink plenty of water because it's not hard to get dehydrated when you're out on the water or doing any outdoor activity when it's 96 degrees outside. So, Dawson, if you had if God came down and said you only got one fishing trip you can take, this is it, and then we're going to take you to heaven, where would you go and how would you do it? What kind of fish would you go after? How would you go after it? And tell us what you'd do.
I'd go after a cobia in a boat in the ocean. That way I wouldn't fall over in the water and get dragged along, which I'd let go of the rod by then. But and
a cobia, huh? So that's it. Have you caught many cobia?
No, sir, I haven't caught one yet.
So that's why. That's what you want to catch. I've caught a cobia before, and several, and
I've seen people catch them, but I haven't got a chance to.
Well, they're an exciting fish. They will peel some line off your reel, and it's a pretty good fight. So that would be a good fish to go out on. But you know, if God came down and told you that, I wouldn't worry about falling in the water, because if you did, you know, you're going to heaven either way. So
I just don't like falling in the water.
Well, I just hang on anyway. That way you might luck up and land a cobia. Have you ever fell out of a boat into the water on accident?
I don't think so.
Well, I have. Trust me, it's no fun.
He has
I've done
to
it
in a
twice.
kayak going down a river.
Oh, I bet that was funny.
It was.
Funny after you realized he was okay, it got funny, huh?
It was funny when he fell in.
right out of the gate. All right, good deal. So when you came, let's go back to the Sporting Clays state tournament there. When you came in 4th, did you get a trophy for that?
I did.
You didn't?
I don't get trophies for some reason.
So you probably got to come in 3rd or better?
Right. I was tied for first place the entire way through till someone turned in one score. I mean,
It's that one score that
we were having people calling us saying, "You need to get Dawson back here. He's tied for first place. They're gonna have a shoot off for this."
Oh man!
But when the last people came in from the tournament, they turned in their scores, and that bumped me down a few spots.
Oh man, I hate it when that happens. We got another caller calling in. We'll go ahead and take the call. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors. How are you?
Hey, Steve, Chris Beckham. How you guys doing this morning?
Chris, what's going on? Are you seeing some intense fog on the interstate there?
There is a little bit of fog out here, but so I hope everybody's careful. But I tell you what, I want to congratulate John on raising such a fine young man. To hear this kid talk about his love of the outdoors is fantastic. And I tell you what, Darrell better hurry on back. I think you may have a new host there if he don't mind getting up early, because he is good on the radio, and that's always a good thing. So,
that is a good thing. That is a great compliment coming from Chris Beckham, who's been doing this a lot longer than I have, Dawson. And I'll tell you what, it wouldn't take much to replace me or Darrell. So we're gonna be real careful. But yeah, John, hey, I'm with Chris on that, man. You've done a great job raising a fine young man and a fine ambassador to the Good Outdoors there. That's always good to hear a kid involved in the Good Outdoors. And Chris has got a couple of boys coming up. You need to get them out there to Southwind, Chris.
They would absolutely love it, and I'm going to get Dawson to maybe give them some tips while they're out there. So, Dawson, you keep it up. Young man, you're doing a great job. Congratulations on your what you did up at the state championships, and keep it going. And, John, again, great job. This is great to hear this young man talking. I'll let y'all go. Have a good day.
Thank you, Chris. 229-253-0995. That was Chris Beckham. He does the news talk on our sister station, 105.9 every morning. Comes on at 6 a.m., so y'all make sure you check Chris out. But appreciate the call, Chris, and again, echoing his sentiments on being a good young man, Dawson. You're doing a great job. We're always proud to have you here. We're going to take another break there. We're getting close. We'll go ahead and take another break. We'll be back in 3 minutes on the Good Outdoors on 99.5.
So, Dawson, is Dad still ill about you calling him out on his shooting ability?
I don't think so, but I have seen him on the range a lot more lately.
Dad always says practice makes perfect.
That's what he says, but I don't think it works for adults.
Why do you say that?
Well, from the look of the scorecard, it's making it worse.
Dawson, bring me some more shotgun shells.
Okay, Dad.
If you need some practice, come by Southwind Clays and Quail on the Quitman Highway just past the river headed towards Quitman. With a top-notch clubhouse, a 5-stand, sporting clays range, as well as a rifle and pistol range, Southwind has what you need to succeed. World-class quail hunting is also available with some of the finest bird dogs around.
Dad sure shoots a lot.
Yeah, if he keeps this up, Mom's gonna be mad.
Why is that?
Because he's spending all Mom's shopping money on shotgun shells.
Man, I have picked up some bad habits.
You don't need any more bad habits. Are you talking about Bad Habits Saloon and Grub?
Oh, yeah, baby. Nothing like throwing back a cold one and watching one of their 26 high-definition TVs.
Yeah, and you don't have to ask what sort of beverage they have, because they've got it all at Bad Habits Saloon and Grub.
That's right, over 300 bottled beers. Any premium drink you could ask for, including single malt scotch and single barrel bourbon.
And 48 beers on tap. Oh, and the food, from juicy ribeye steaks at $9.99 to foot-long premium hot dogs. And $10.99 all-you-can-eat wings from 10 to 11 p.m.
And no matter what mood you're in, there's 3 environments to enjoy: a dining area, a bar, an outside patio, TVs, and all 3 places, baby.
Come on out and enjoy a live DJ every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night, and grab a $2 16-ounce draft or a $6 domestic bucket while you mingle.
Come visit Bad Habit Saloon and Grub and let them serve you what you want, not what they want you to have.
Bad Habit Saloon and Grub near the mall on Gornto Road, right behind Exit 18 Liquors. Tell them we sent you from the Good Outdoors.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Here we go again. Every time there's a food plot to be planted, Darrell's nowhere to be found. You see him, Ronnie?
He's probably in the truck eating a dang sandwich.
I'm sitting right here by this tree and they don't even see me.
Man, that Real Tree AP was designed to blend hunters with their surroundings, not hide them when it's time to work.
I'm so hidden the scooters can't even find me.
Okay, Darrell, come on. We got to get this stuff planted.
What's that? Hey, stop it.
Real tree. It's so real, a coyote might pee on it.
Serves you right, you slacker.
So you need a car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Midway Auto Emporium at 4189 Bemis Road, Valdosta, Georgia. Cameron and Melissa Tucker has been serving the Valdosta area for over 7 years now. They are a family-owned and operated local business with hometown values and still believe in handshake deals. With a great selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, with a Carfax report on every one of them, along with bank financing at all credit levels and interest rates as low as 1.85% with approved credit. 4189 Bemis Road, or visit their website at midwayautoemporium.com.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie.
Welcome back to the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. We're entering our wrap-up segment. Another day is about to be in the books. This segment's brought to you by Southwind Sporting Clays and Quail out on the Quitman Highway, just past the river on the right on Highway 84, headed towards Quitman. And we just so happen to have John Peak and Dawson Peak in the studio this morning talking about archery shooting and sporting clays. And we talked about the rifle and pistol range and the cost of that at $10 an hour out there. Dawson, what else y'all got going on out there at Southwind? You got any upcoming events or anything that's going to be going on?
Not that I know of.
It slows down during the summer. So.
Gets a little warm, but you can still come out there early on a Saturday morning and beat the heat a little bit and shoot you a couple of rounds of clays, can't you?
You can.
That's always a good thing. You got a nice clubhouse out there. You do parties and corporate events and things like that. You'll be glad to hook them right up.
Right.
Good deal. We got a call coming in. We'll go ahead and take it. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors. How are you?
What up, Steve?
Hey, Chuck. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, man. Hey, I got a question for John, if you don't mind. It's quail hunts.
Mm-hmm.
What you got different packages? I mean, what's your normal package that you do offer?
Just the normal package on it on a half day is $300 per gun. A full day is $400 per gun. Then you can modify it any way you like.
Okay. The reason I was asking, we got a buddy of mine that he usually takes some of his guys, like a corporate deal. He takes some of his customers, and we just want to get somewhere close by. And I was wondering what your package was.
Well, that's what it's something he can just give me a call and tell me what he likes to do, and we can price him out from there. But just as far as the base price, it just starts at $300 per gun on the half day and $400 per gun on the full day.
Okay, I appreciate it, man. Y'all have a good day. Talk to you later, Steve.
Appreciate it, Chuck. Thanks for calling. 229-253-0995 is the number to call if you got any questions. And I can tell you this, Chuck, as you probably know, we went out there on the quail hunt with John last year, and Bill Slaughter and Chad Slaughter and Cameron Tucker and me and Darrell and Ronnie and Darrell Sample Jr., we went out there and we all had a large time. There was no shortage of quail out there, and I hit everyone I shot at. I don't know about the rest of everybody, and that's a lie.
You sure about that?
Come on now.
Are you sure?
I'm reasonably sure. I don't remember. We don't have video evidence of it, so I'm gonna stick with it. But anyway, that's a great place to go, and it's right here, and it's just a hidden gem right here in Lowndes in the edge of Brooks County there. So y'all check out John. Your website is southwindsportingclaysandquail.com.
That's correct.
Okay, good deal. Check that out. He's got a rifle and pistol range out there. Got a 5-stand that that's what I enjoyed when we were out there, man. That's I could go out there and just do that. Is that what you call it, a 5-stand? Yeah.
Right.
Okay, and we it's pretty cool. It can get a little challenging there because you don't know which where it's coming from there, and that'll hone your skills right there. Good place to learn, and it's that's probably a pretty good alternative to beat the heat because you don't have to walk the course.
And you're under the shade.
You're under the shade. That's right. But I did learn something real quick. You got to have good hearing protection under that shelter.
It's a loud
Yeah.
when you shoot.
It'll ring your bell there.
You need to wear hearing protection whether you're under the shelter or out from under the shelter whenever you're shooting.
Good point. A good point. And you also encourage to wear eye protection as well, too, don't you?
Right.
Good deal. Now, at the state tournament, I'm sure it's mandatory that you have ear protection and eye protection on. And I'm sure that safety's at the forefront of anything to do with that that as well. I know that John has a good safety seminar right before any shoot I've ever been to out there. So safety first, no matter what you're doing, boating, kayaking, hunting, sporting clays, quail, it doesn't matter. Safety's got to come first because you generally don't get a second chance when you have an accident with a gun.
Right.
So you, I'm sure, have taken your hunter safety course.
He has not taken his yet.
So he's got. How old are you, Dawson?
12.
Okay, so you just now to where you need to take it. You're gonna try to get that this year.
I am.
Yeah, I got a 12-year-old boy that's gonna be taking it too. He turns 12 July the 6th, as a matter of fact, and we're gonna get Caden. You take it online. You actually enroll online now, and you take a little starter course, and then you have to actually sit for the exam. I think is the way that goes.
I don't know that yet, but he's the one who's going to.
He's coordinating that for you?
Right.
It seems like you rely on your dad for a lot of that detail-oriented stuff. You're just there to shoot and catch fish, ain't you?
That and the money financing part.
The shooting machines.
Yeah, the money part. I don't blame you for letting your daddy take care of that. I wish I could. I wish my dad would take care of my money parts there. But we appreciate y'all coming in this morning.
Thank you.
I know it's hard to get up early sometimes and get going, but I know your dad gets up early every day and gets out there and gets an early start. He was just showing me on his phone a big old bear track out there. I guess you're going to be spending some time searching for the bear, huh?
I don't know about searching for the bear. I'll let the trail cameras do that.
Okay, all right. Well, keep us posted on the bear activity. That's like a pretty daggum big-sized bear track there. I'd like to see that thing. You know, I'm surprised that you made the statement, John, that y'all never had any hogs out there.
Since I've been there 5 years now, we have not seen a single hog or hog track. Don't want them either. So.
No, I was going to say, consider yourself lucky. We were talking yesterday about the problem that they're having in Texas, and they're actually putting a bounty on them now. I don't know if you heard that part of the show, but we learned that the state has offered counties up to $30,000 in matching funds to create bounties on wild hogs. They're having such an epidemic out there of them. So it's actually starting to pollute some of the rivers out there, the hog, the waste and things from hogs. So people don't realize how bad they are. But, yeah, be careful what you wish for. If you wish you had wild hogs on your property to hunt, you may wish that. You may get excited when you see the first two, but about 3 years later when they're tearing up your deer food plots and destroying your habitat, you're going to wish you hadn't never wished for that.
Can't even ride down your roads without eating your kidneys to death.
Well, I was in a hunting club, and he said, the guy that owned the land, he said, you can do anything you want, but if I find one kernel of corn in my road, you're out of here, because he was afraid that them hogs would start rooting those roads up. And it was in a pretty wet area, and I've seen the damage they do, and I know you have too. They can make a road impassable if they want to. So lots of opportunities in the woods, but having a wild hog ain't one you should really wish for. But back to the sporting clays shoot there, the state championship. Do you know who won it?
I do not.
Or maybe what the score? Now you said Malcolm.
He shot a 93 the first event, I think. That's the score I saw on his scoreboard, but I don't know.
A 2-day event.
Yeah.
I don't know about 2 days.
So what is a perfect score at the state in one round?
A perfect score would it's a 100-shot round Saturday, a 100-shot round Sunday.
So 100
200 would be a perfect score, but
yeah. So if he had a 93 out of 100, he put that's pretty doggone good shooting. Right?
And was not in first place.
And was not in first place. Holy cow! Well, it's a very competitive sport. I know that. We were talking earlier this morning. Can't remember her first name, but Miss Duff. She actually is the co-host of the NRA show, but she's a world champion shotgunner, and she's won several championships. So to win at that level against that competition and shoot like that, you got to really bring your A game, don't you, Dawson?
You don't. You do.
Out of now out here at y'all's place, when you shoot around, Was that a 100-shot round that you shoot out there normally?
You can get a 50-shot round or a 100-shot round.
Okay.
Yeah, most of your tournament shooters are going to shoot a 100-shot round.
What's the best score you've had out of a 100-shot round, Dawson?
At Southwood, my best score, which was not too long ago, was an 85 out of 100.
85 out of 100. That's pretty doggone good.
But up in Jacksonville, he has a much, much tougher course. I shot an 81 up there.
81? Yeah, it'd be down there. We're above Jackson.
Down there.
You got to study up on your geography this summer, don't you?
I guess so.
I guess. Are you looking forward to school starting back?
No, sir.
No, sir. Oh, okay. Now, what's your little brother doing? What's his? I noticed he's not an early riser, is he?
He's sleeping.
He's sleeping. Well, that ain't a bad thing, I guess. So.
No, it ain't.
Now, does he ever get out there and shoot on the sporting clays?
He'll shoot 22s, but he won't shoot shotguns.
Mm-hmm.
He has shot a little bit on the shotgun, but he's small on the shotgun kicks. He's more into archery.
Mm-hmm.
He started shooting the archery.
That's right. That's good. Now, how old is he, John? How old is
10.
He's 10.
Just turned 10.
Just turned 10. Okay. And Dawson, how old did you say you were? You're 12.
I'm about to turn 13.
You're about to turn 13. Okay. Good deal. Well, we appreciate you getting up early and coming in here and sharing your knowledge of sporting clays and archery. And now I'm assuming this year you're going to be doing a little bow hunting.
I am. I'm going to try doing a lot of bow hunting.
Good deal. I know we hooked you up with some Muzzy broadheads. Have you busted them out and shot them yet?
He won't let me.
I won't let him.
Well,
because if he uses them now, I've got to buy more before hunting season.
Well, we might help you out with that. I know a guy that can get some of those. Yeah, well, make sure you shoot them, before the season, because they'll shoot a little bit differently than your target points. And maybe you can get you a big old fat buck out in front of you and shoot you one. Ain't nothing like it.
I hope I will.
All right, well, we're going to wrap it up. We appreciate everybody listening to the show. We'll be right back here on Kicks Country 99.5 tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. You listen to the Good Outdoorz Radio Show. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to The Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie. Join us every weekday at 4:30 when we'll do it again.